Hello and welcome to On Leading with Greatness. I'm Jim Salvucci. This week's installment, a visit from Richard St. Nicholas, CEO, and Paul Dynamics. A festive parody for this season of joy. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Clement Clark Moore, a visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before quarterly, when all through the suite the workers sat sullen in utter defeat. Reports had been filed with the utmost of care, in angst that Richard St. Nicholas soon would be there. The staff toiled away at their identical desks, with visions of pink slips instead of paychecks, and each in their chinos and chief in her suit, knew all their year's work bore so little fruit. When out in the hall there arose such a bluster, we sprang from our chairs with all we could muster. To the glass door we pressed in dazed disorder to see what had roused us from our workaday torpor. The corridor fluorescents, brightly aglow, blinded us briefly to the horrid tableau. When what did we see there crashing like waves but an entourage of 8 of our CEO's faves, and the old man himself, so greedy and slick, we knew in a moment it was Dick St. Nick. More clamorous than roaches, his henchmen they came, and he ranted and snarled and cursed them by name. Damn Dashel, damn Hanson, damn Prager and Dinkins, dumbass Comer, dumbass Corey, dumbass Downey and Blinken. To the next door down, to the end of the hall. Now move your butts, move your butts, move your butts all. As vermin foreseeing a disaster's arrival, with one path for escape, flee en masse for survival, so down the hall did the minions scurry, while hurling insults and threats in their hurry. And old Dick St. Nicholas brought up the rear. They swung the door open as we scattered in fear. We ducked behind desks, hoping not to engage, but in bounced St. Nick, all in a rage. He was dressed in Armani down to his shoes, but his suit was all wrinkled and smelled like cheap booze. A satchel of pink slips he had at his side, and another of bonuses for him and his guys. His scowl, how it twisted, his forehead, how ruddy. His teeth were like bear traps, his eyes so bloody. His face bore the sneer of the sociopath, and the vein in his brow throbbed blue in his wrath. He chomped on a stogie that stank like a hog, and the smoke had encircled his head like a smog. His gait was no nonsense. He moved like a bully, and shook with dark laughter that possessed him fully. He was lean and mean, a right nasty old boss, and we moaned when we saw him, so angry and sauced. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave us to know we had so much to dread. He spoke not a word, but put his henchmen to work, who read off the names of each one of us clerks. And aiming one finger at our floor manager, he demoted her right there to head janitor. His henchmen gave pink slips to us all the rest, save for the CEO's nephew, the office pest. And we heard him exclaim as he glared about, Happy Christmas to all, and all, get out. What experiences have you had with heartless corporate bossing? How do you avoid slipping into the same behaviors? Leaders resist ruthlessness, especially around the holidays, and I can help. Unlock the great leader within. Download my free resource, the Transform to Greatness Toolkit, now at thegreatleadershiptoolkit.com. I look forward to hearing from you.